So today I'm going to be setting up and reviewing this Razer Chroma LED light strip and setting it up in the setup behind us right there as some desk lighting behind the table. So we get a total of 2 meters of LED lighting with this kit. You get two 50cm strips, which are in this package right here. Now these are fully ARGB compatible LED light strips, 3-pin 5-volt LED lighting. So technically we could maybe even plug this straight into our motherboard. And then here we have a 1 meter LED light strip as well. So a total of 2 meters is included for a whopping £130. Pricing may vary country to country, so we'll leave links in the description down below where you can buy this thing and check how much it costs where you live. We have all of this stuff saying that this works with Razer Chroma Studio, etc, etc. I will be plugging this thing into my PC via the included USB dongle. It does come with a big power brick as well that unfortunately is quite hefty in size, and this is going to be plugging into the power extension strip underneath my desk in the corner there. We have the controller right here that it comes with, and it even has 3 buttons on the front to, I'm guessing, either reduce the brightness, increase the brightness, switch LED lighting effects. We have the actual DC power that is going to go in here, and then we have these rather familiar looking 3-pin 5-volt addressable RGB on the other 3 sides. If we look at the bottom of this light strip, there's actually no tape, no 3M double-sided adhesive, nothing. Instead, we get 15 mounting brackets with quite a lot of this 3M tape as well. Now, how well this 3M tape will hold on is a bit of a mystery to me. I don't know how good this is going to be. There is actually a hole in the center of both the tape and the actual mounting bracket, so we could technically screw these into the table with like little screws and actually secure this in place a lot more permanently than relying on 3M tape. You could skip the tape entirely and just go straight through with some screws. Now we do get 3 extra cables included with this kit. On one end we have this normal 3-pin that all of the LED light strips use as well, which you may have seen before. This simply just plugs into it like that, and then the other end are all 3-pin 5-volt connectors. So we do get a total of 3 of these cables and 3 LED light strips, one of them being 1 meter and 2 of them being 50 centimeters long. So this does give you the opportunity to actually have 3 separate lights going like in different places in your setup. It definitely would have been cool to see much longer extension cables included from where the 3-pin is to this side, but you could probably find some extension cables or just much longer versions of this over on Amazon. Now, once you've plugged one of these in, what you can do is you can get one of these housings and you can actually put this entire bit inside the housing and then shut it. I'm pretty sure this is what the housing is made for. Definitely makes things look a little bit more clean and should prevent this from getting unclipped randomly. Conveniently enough, given that I have a total of 2 meters of LED light strip, I have actually got a 2 meter desk here as well, or maybe just over 2 meters, but we should be good because I do have this Razer Raptor monitor, which from the front, it has a massive stand, so we don't actually need LED lighting there, so we can kind of skip a little bit. But yeah, this looks like it's gonna actually fit rather perfectly. Now all I gotta do now is set up all of these brackets right here and then stick it behind the table. The entire LED light strip is now installed behind the desk with all of the lights facing onto the white wall behind it. And as you can see, this is how it looks like. So if we go behind the table, I can show you exactly how everything is set up. I have 2 of the 50 centimeter strips on this side of the table. And then if we go to the very end there, there's the big 1 meter strip. And all in all, it doesn't look too bad, at least in this color setting mode. So this is the spectrum cycle that I've enabled through the Razer Synapse software, and everything is basically the same color and it's just cycling through colors at the moment. But this is one of the few lighting effects, at least when the whole light strip is like one static color at the same time, it actually doesn't look half bad. When you are looking at the LED light strips directly and you're not looking at their reflection on the wall, they actually look really bright. The diffusion effect is absolutely brilliant in my opinion. It is top class. You cannot see a single LED in the actual LED strip. Everything is very smooth. The lighting effects are smooth. But yeah, when it comes to how bright they are, I've seen much brighter LED light strips, probably because they have not been diffused the way this one has. On camera it looks even brighter than it does in person. Like this could be a whole lot better. So I'm gonna try push the whole table much closer to the wall and see if that makes any difference. The light strip is now 6 centimeters away from the wall, much closer, and as you can see, it looks a whole lot brighter. And here is the light strip with the wave lighting effect looking a whole lot better now that it's much closer to the wall. I'm gonna do a bit of an experiment here with the Razer Chroma 50 centimeter LED light strip. I have a spare one here, and because it uses a very standard looking 3-pin 5-volt addressable RGB header, you can plug this directly into your PC. Because it is just a standard addressable RGB strip you would typically plug into your PC build, and it works just as you'd expect. Now, I've not stuck the light strip inside of the case or anything yet. It's just kind of, I just wanted to see if it would turn on or not, but hey, it has turned on and it seems to be functioning as expected. Let me set everything to the color white. So that looks white. Whereas the light strip that I'm actually using as underglow, which is the Phanteks neon LED light strip, very similar looking to the Razer one. The color reproduction on this, I hope my camera can pick that up. That's not white. That's more of like a yellow, like a very pale looking yellow color. Whereas this, that looks like a cool white. Now, what if I do the wave effect? Well, yep, that is working as expected. There is one more thing I do want to test out though, but that does involve sacrificing one of these light strips, which is gonna probably have to be this one. Now, with the Phanteks one that I have as underglow, when it's not trying to do the color white, it looks great. The lighting effects are smooth, the diffusion is spot on, everything's good. And with that light strip, I've actually cut it to size to make it perfectly fit in this case as underglow. Now with this Razer one, kinda wanna cut it open as well, just to see, can it be trimmed and cut down just a little bit in size? Because say if I wanted to mount it like on the front, but like on the inside where the fans are, there's just a straight line going up. It's a little bit too big because this is as tall as the entire case. Perhaps I can take the cap off of one of these ends and take a look inside. I've gone ahead and peeled back a bit of the light strip. So I want to see if there's any cutting points. Because if there are no cutting points, I don't think there are, you know. If I just cut randomly somewhere, I'm pretty sure this light strip won't work anymore. Right, I've managed to peel more of the inside of this light strip back in hopes of finding a copper cutting point somewhere, but there doesn't appear to be one. Okay, I have performed a bit of a trimming. I've trimmed down 3 LEDs, so there should now be 27 left in here instead of 30. Hey, would you look at that? We trimmed it and the light strip is still turning on, minus 3 LEDs on the bottom. Okay, using a precision knife, I've trimmed down the actual diffused part as well. So I've just cut this little piece off of the light strip. I've plugged it into the PC. Everything is working as expected. I'm actually very happy that this is a trimmable light strip. At least I've removed 3 LEDs so far and it still works. Trimmed it down nicely at the bottom. Quite happy with that. In terms of controlling this LED light strip, there's many ways of doing it. You get the actual controller itself with 3 buttons to decrease the brightness, change the LED lighting effect speed, and you also get a middle button to cycle through different lighting effects like wave, static, breathing, starlight, and spectrum cycle. Then you get the Razer Chroma RGB app, which connects to this controller via Bluetooth through the Razer Chroma app on either your Apple phone or Android phone. You can also plug the light strip in via the included 2.4 gigahertz USB dongle into your PC and control the light strip and sync it up to the rest of your Razer setup if you want to do that. Then there's also another way of controlling the light strip, which is downloading the Razer Amazon ALEXA integration module and then using voice commands through your PC to control the light strip. Tell Razer to set chroma lighting to static green. It might work, it might not.
Okay, changing chroma light into green.
Overall, this is a rather unique LED light strip. In some ways, it's very good, and in other ways, given how much it costs, you're gonna find yourself wanting a few features. At least I know I am kind of like expecting more from it, given how much this thing is priced at, but it is what it is. This is really kind of geared towards gaming setups, specifically Razer gaming setups. If you don't have a Razer setup with a ton of Razer gear already, I don't see why you would buy this. Instead, I would much rather lean to something like a Philips Hue gradient LED strip, because you would then get Apple HomeKit support, Google Voice Assistant, Amazon Voice Assistant, whereas with this, you can sync up with Razer Chroma, but so can the Philips Hue gradient strip. This has a Bluetooth app that pairs with your phone to the actual controller that has buttons to actually switch the lighting effects on, but I don't see why they didn't integrate like Wi-Fi into the controller. Then through like the Razer Chroma RGB app, you could link it to, let's say, Google Voice Assistant or Amazon's Voice Assistant or even Apple HomeKit. The good things about it is, say you have like a 1 meter desk, you buy this 2 meter strip, you put 1 meter behind your table, maybe 50 centimeters of it you put behind your monitor, and you have 50 centimeters left. Because it uses those 3-pin 5-volt addressable RGB ports and headers, you could use the other 50 centimeters you have left in your PC, for example. So it's an interesting light strip with some good things, you know, some bad things, but I really feel like it would be much more of a complete package if it came with Apple HomeKit support, you know, Google Voice Assistant, Amazon Voice Assistant, integration natively. I have kind of found a bit of a workaround with this light strip when it comes to the Apple HomeKit integration. Well, the lack of Apple HomeKit integration. You can of course plug it into an Apple HomeKit smart plug. You can't control the lighting effects or change the color of the light strip, but you can turn it on and off via the smart plug that you've plugged it into. Apart from that, guys, thanks for watching. Hope to see you in another video soon. If you want to get this thing, there will be links in the description down below to where you can buy it and check out the pricing where you live. It might be cheaper in your country. I have seen this light strip drop to as low as £74 at one point, at least here in the UK. For that price point, it would be more of a recommendation, but still, this thing is really only designed, at least in my opinion, to integrate into a Razer gaming setup, and that's about it. I really would not put it anywhere else. It is solely for gaming setups, Razer gaming setups. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope to see you in another video soon. Goodbye.